Coach of the Year. Mike, we'll jump back to starting with you. Who do you like at Coach of the Year?
I think if the Colts make the playoffs this year, we have to have a co-coach of the year, and that co-coach of the year would be Chuck Pagano and Bruce Arians. I just think, Pagano going out, like I said, they all felt the need to play this season for him, and they've all elevated their game. And it all starts with the guy who came in to take over for him, Bruce Arians. This is a guy who cared on a personal level about Pagano and wanted to do his best, not just for his own career, but to live up to the man he was taking over. And I feel like the entire team has responded to everything that Pagano is going through, and they've wanted to make this year count 100 times more than maybe they thought about making it count before his leukemia came into play. So I got to give it to Pagano and Arians.
I was going to say, I just wrote down on the paper, Colts.
Yeah.
Just because, honestly, I know where you're coming from with that, and I know a lot of people out there completely agree with you. Eric, who do you like for Coach of the Year?
Gee, I wonder who.
Nah, he's not a home run. He never picks his Giants for
Hey,
anything.
listen, I like Coughlin, so if you would have said that, I wouldn't have argued you.
No, not after our conversation. If you get a chance, I know you like to get on there and you check out some of the videos that we do during the week. You have to watch the "Is Tom Coughlin Overrated" video.
Okay.
And the saddest part about it is it's only 11 minutes out of 49.
Oh, okay.
But we literally went for almost 49 minutes straight arguing about whether Tom Coughlin's an overrated coach or not. And believe it or not, I was the guy on Tom Coughlin's side.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why. Check out the video. You'll get a kick out of it.
All I will say to that is I've said it before. If the Giants don't like Tom Coughlin, we'll take him on the Cowboys in a heartbeat. Heartbeat.
You can have him.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You can have him. And we'll either.
I like the emotion from Mike on that one, though.
Because I hate listening to people bitch and moan about Coughlin. No disrespect. It's like, what are you complaining about? The man is a winner. Give me him.
After you guys sign him on the dotted line, I'll be happy to fork over some money to Sean Payton or Bill Cowher, because those two guys, in my mind, are better coaches than Tom Coughlin.
Oh, okay, but that's apples and oranges. I mean, first of all, Bill Cowher hasn't coached in 3 years.
Don't care.
He was a great coach.
No. He wants to get back into coaching.
Okay.
He's dying too, but he's waiting. He is specifically waiting for a New York job. He wants the New York job.
Listen,
he has
here's
said
my
it.
comparison.
This isn't speculation.
No, I'm not.
Can I make a
because
comparison?
you two can end up going the same way.
Wait, I want to make one comparison here. Joe Gibbs was one of the greatest coaches of all time. He left the game for how many years? Then he came back to the Redskins, and they were terrible. That's all I'm going to say. Even though I take Cowher on the Cowboys in a heartbeat myself. Anyway.
See, I'd prefer Cowher over Coughlin as well, but that's because he likes the 3-4.
Honestly,
I like the 3-4 scheme. I don't want to lose that.
I can't go wrong with either of those three coaches.
No. Look.
Yeah.
So
anyway, Eric, I do apologize. Go right ahead.
Coach of the Year, Mr. Eric Tresler. Who you got and why?
Coach of the Year.
I mean, you got some. Look. In my opinion, your best options are Lovie Smith, Kubiak, Mike Smith. Then you've got the Chuck Pagano and Bruce Arians combination.
So far, I mean, I guess I got to give it to Smith. I guess I got to give it to Mike Smith down there in Atlanta.
Mike Smith in Atlanta.
Yeah, only because they are 8-0. They're leading the league. They're, doing everything right. Even though they haven't played great some games, they've always found a way to win. They're just dominant at home the last few years. I like what they're doing there in Atlanta. I'm going to go with Mike Smith as my mid-season guy.
Okay. Me personally, I'm actually going with Lovie Smith. I mean, in my opinion, when it comes down to who I think truly wins this award, if it was right now, I actually agree with you, Mike. I think that if the award had to be given out right now, I think that the combination of Pagano and Arians get it because of just the emotion that it brings to everybody, that likes football. That speech you saw this past weekend, blah, blah, so on and so forth.
And if the season actually ended today and the playoffs began, Colts would be in the playoffs.
Not only would they be in the playoffs, but they'd be at Denver for the wild card game, which would be freaking awesome.
That would be one of the
greatest. They'd be at Denver for the wild card game if the playoffs started today. But they don't, hence why they play 16 games. For all you know, our Cowboys could be in the playoffs at the end of the year. I don't see it happening,
Probably
but
not.
You never know.
No.
But I actually like Lovie Smith, and I like Lovie Smith for the fact that the one thing that man has always rested his hat on is his defense. And what else is happening but his defense is owning the majority of games they play in. On top of that, he was man enough to fire his offensive coordinator from last year and bring in.
No. Mike Martz was fired, but Mike Tice was promoted from offensive line.
That's what I mean. But they brought Mike Tice up, and I think Mike Tice understands Cutler and the players on that offense a little bit better. I think he also made the smart move by promoting the offensive line coach, because that offensive line needs as much coaching as they can get. So you know what? Now you got an offensive line coach as your offense coordinator, and that means you're hiring another offensive line coach. That offensive line is arguably the least trustworthy offensive line I can think of in the entire NFL, because some games...
I don't know. That's putting them above the Cowboys. I'm just not sure.
Yeah, but I mean, the Cowboys, you know where you're getting. I mean, there's some games with the Bears where they make Jay Cutler just stand upright the entire game, and then there's other games where you're like, are you even out there blocking? I mean, that Bear offensive line, I like Lovie Smith, though. So, I mean, just to have some fun, switch it up a little bit. But like I said, I think if they handed out the award today, it goes to the combination of Pagano and Arians in Indianapolis, if they handed it out today.